Alrighty, we are live. And let's try this again. Start stream and did about 5 minutes of it, then my internet cut out. So I've unlisted that one and we'll just count that up as a dry run. Alright, so I am Coach Steve Money. I am a Ramsey certified financial coach, also Ramsey preferred financial coach, and you can schedule a free financial coaching consultation assessment. Sorry, while I type this in. Consultation assessment. And you can do that at ramseycoach.com, which is part of the Ramsey Solutions website, ramseycoach.com/coach Steve Money. And you can just schedule it. You can just pick a time on there and it will let me know. And if there's a problem with that time, I will let you know. And a handy link is at the top of the chat in YouTube and on Twitch. What else? coachstevemoney@gmail.com is my email address. So questions about anything, about financial coaching, about anything on my YouTube page, anything about like any of my streams, anything about computer repair, I'd be glad to interact with you. And donations are the only way that I can make money currently off of this stuff, because I do not currently qualify with, as you can see, the 76 subscribers is not anywhere near the 1,000 that is necessary. And I have not done this quite long enough to get 4,000 hours watched within a year's time. But the way I do content, it won't be a problem. And where you can give me donations through PayPal, the address is paypal.me/coach Steve Money, or you can just log into your PayPal account on your own and then click send money and then use coachstevemoney@gmail.com, and that will get to me as well. Alright, so a little bit about me. As I said, Ramsey certified financial coach. I started off being a fan of Dave's, and I have done this debt-free, following the baby steps. I'm in baby steps 4 and 5 right now, which is investing and saving for kid college. I host the Ramsey Show After Show. And today I did the 122nd episode of that. And that is at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. Even when there's a replay of the Ramsey Show, and it is right after the Ramsey Show video on YouTube is over, and that's when I start. And as far as playlist, there's that playlist. Video gaming, I do video games. As you can see, recent ones. I did some when I got Madden 22, when I got it early. I did some solo videos talking about that and about the Washington football team. That's my favorite team, about their roster and such. But then I played my daughter's boyfriend Justin in it, and he was the Cowboys, and he beat me 35-21, so I'm awaiting a rematch on that. Hopefully we can get that done soon. I also do father-daughter video gaming as a series that my daughter and I do. We play co-op video games. We did took us 13 streams but we did a full playthrough of It Takes Two, a wonderful, wonderful co-op game. We enjoyed that very much. And we just started, we did our first episode of Trine the Enchanted Edition. And so that's what we're doing now, and hopefully we'll be able to do the second episode of that. The other day, when was it? It was 4 days ago. I did started Lost in Random, which is a new game. Came out 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. And I get that for free with my EA Play Pro. Used to be called Origin Access Premier Pro, I think. And that is $100 a year, but you get almost all of the EA/Origin games for free during that year. As long as you keep up your membership, you always have all those games. And if you were going to buy, say, 2 games, if you were going to buy Madden, which I do every year, that's $60. And if you add another one to it, that costs $40 or more, then that pays for your year membership. So there you go. So well worth it. And my son is always on Sims 4. All right, miscellaneous is where the Ramsey pre-show chat is on, and I call it that because the pre-show chat happens on the Ramsey show post for the day, for the video for that day's show. But sometimes the mod does not post that by 10 a.m. Eastern time, and if he does not post it by 10 a.m. Eastern time, I will start a stream on my channel. Just for chatting, so I can chat with my Ramsey Show chat friends. And yeah, so you can subscribe if you have any interest in that, and click the notification bell, and it will let you know when I go live for any stream, including the Ramsey Show pre-show chat. And it'll have the date on there as well. Oh, it doesn't have the one I did today on there. See, I did one today. I must not have told it. I must not have added it to the playlist. Got to remember to do that. Okay, and I do computer repair is one of my jobs, and I do a tech support stream, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing today. Where I go to Reddit, and in this case of tech support, I go to the tech support subreddit. That's reddit.com/r/tech support, and people post what kind of problems they're having with their computer and ask how to fix them or what the problem could be. And so that's what I talk about. I talk about what could have caused the problem, what they can do to troubleshoot it, and what to do to fix it. And I'm going to do something similar to that today with the Dave Ramsey subreddit. The music playlist, you do want to go to there so you can hear the Dave Ramsey Baby Step song, the temporary lyric video. As you can see, I have the lyrics so you can sing along, and I have the list of the baby steps right here. So, give you a quick hit of that. It's starting. Starts with step 1, $1,000 emergency fund. So that's how that goes. As you can see, it's a parody of sorts of Ed Sheeran's wonderful music and Justin Bieber's lyric stylings for the song Love Yourself. And I was hearing it one day, and when it says, you should go and love yourself, I just at the same time, I thought, you should do the baby steps. So that's how that goes. So again, that's in the music playlist, and that's almost at the bottom. Also the financial playlist, which includes that's in its own playlist, but it also is in the financial playlist as well, the Ramsey Show After Show. And occasionally there'll be a different financial thing that I do. And actually this, the Ramsey Coach support, or I think I'll just call it Ramsey Coach. If you can think of a better name, certainly submit it. I'm willing to consider it, but the Ramsey Coach, or whatever this show is going to be called, this stream. Everything's a show to me. This stream will go into this financial playlist. All right, so let's get going. You go over to reddit.com/r/Dave Ramsey, and this is the subreddit run by I'm assuming Dave Ramsey fans, because they're taking time to bother to moderate this, and they created it. And so about the community, it says, if you're following Dave Ramsey's baby steps or just want to gain a better understanding of the total money makeover, financial peace, and personal finance in general, then this is the community for you. And they have 98 online right now. And there are 67.1 baby steppers. I guess that is people that have been added to the group. Alrighty. But anybody can look at it without joining. As you see, I have joined. So, and when you join, it shows you the post right when you log into Reddit here. Alrighty. Oh, and they were nice enough to let me post the link to the Baby Steps song, and so much appreciated. I got a bunch of views from that. The first two comments were so/negative, but after that, all the other comments that I got on Reddit were very, very kind. All right, so did you hear the Ramsey Show discussion? I think that's for more like stuff that's not like stuff that maybe if you have something negative to say about Dave, which I have seen on here, or if you want to second guess the way he runs his company or the way he runs the show, or the production of the show, that kind of thing. I've seen all that kind of stuff in here. And so I guess that's where that goes. Maybe. So I'm going to try to stay away from some of those, but if I run across them, maybe I'll comment on them. Maybe I won't. So this one is a WWDD. What would Dave do? I have a paid off car, around $440 in my bank account, $230 in investments at age 16. What would Dave do? What should I do as I'm going to college soon? What are some mistakes or things I should do to help me make smart, educated decisions about my life? That's great that you have that much money, and they've even thought about your future as far as making investments already. And so, but the baby steps are different for college students, or high school students in general, with thinking that they will go to a trade school or a college, and so you'll need money for that. And you know Dave Ramsey, no loans, especially no student loans. We don't do that. So the idea is any money you have when you are a teenager and going through college, any money you make, all that, you just pile up cash. You can, if you may have some, expenses, you may have to buy Christmas gifts, or he has a paid off car already, this person or she, and you may, like I said, you may need to buy a car, but the idea is to get through college debt free. So, and you may need money for, even if you have scholarships that cover the cost of tuition, it may not cover the cost of books, that kind of thing. So it'd be the cash would be for anything you need to get you through graduating college debt free. And so once you've done that, if you don't have to use any of that money, then you have a pile of money to start your life, to easily move somewhere, maybe for a deposit on rent, that kind of thing. It can be for, and then that'll be your full emergency fund, and any excess you have above the emergency fund, that would be for that could be for a down payment on a house. You could start, with that. So that's the dealio on that. As far as about life, it's stay away from drugs, stay away from bad people, surround yourself with smart people, the kind of person you want to be. Surround yourself with them. Not you don't want to hang around a bunch of mean people, because that's not good. So just basically common sense. And so that's mine. So let's see what some of the other people said. Should learn how to use commas. I hear you. I get on people all the time for grammar mistakes and spelling mistakes in the Ramsey show chat. Do that all the time. Don't do drugs. Absolutely. How to college. I don't know if they... No, this doesn't look like they copied it from somewhere. It looks like they wrote it. Dual enrollment in high school, because you can do credits for cheap or free right out of the gate. So if you can do that, certainly do that. Dual enrollment in high school and college. What else do they have to say? Begin with the end in mind. This is all great advice. Shadow the kind of jobs you think you want to, do, and then you'll have a better idea if you do actually want to do one. So, note: do not rule out blue collar jobs. Plumbers, welders, and locksmiths are making a lot more money than you think. Absolutely. Pick a degree that will actually lead you to that job and get good grades along the way. For example, you do not want to go to a private college and get a social worker degree, because so many have called the Ramsey show and they make $30,000 a year and they're $100,000 in debt from their private college and social worker degree. You don't need to spend nearly that amount of money. Go to community college. Yep, absolutely. For your AA, I don't know what that is. Maybe that's general studies, general requirements that you would need anywhere, and then transfer to four-year university. Absolutely. Stay in state. Communicate with your advisors to make sure you got all the credits you need. Communicate with your peers, the one who turn in their homework anyway. Yep. Let's see. Oh, hosting with me tonight, right now anyway, is the kids that are yelling outside my door. I don't know if you could hear them. And before that, a cricket was co-hosting with me. I don't know if you could hear that either. Hopefully not. Let's see. So, talking about books, way to save in books. This is great. This is a good advice here, and definitely apply for all of the scholarships. All period them, and then this is all great advice here. Go to the administrative department, get a list of all available scholarships and where to apply. Then from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. that day, sit your ass down and fill things out. Write, spelled incorrectly, the stupid little essays they want you to write, spelled correctly that time. And with any luck, you'll make $500 for a day's work. It may not seem like much, but it's worth every penny per minute. Yeah, $500 for 8 hours of work. I don't make that much, so definitely, you could. Normally, you would make more in scholarships per hour of that it takes you to apply for them than you would for any part-time job you would get. Let's see. This person says, stay as cheap as possible. Yeah, a 2-year degree isn't good enough for engineering. It's 4 to 5.5. No. So, if you're determined to go to college, put your money in 529 and let it grow tax-free for a bit, right? ESA, Educational Savings Account, is also another option on that. although 2 years away, that's not enough time to ensure that the market will be up. You gotta have 5 years to make sure the market will be up, because it always has been. In any 5-year period, it's been at least even, if not up, above the amount it was 5 years before. All right. And this person says start from some businesses. Yeah, mow lawn, do Uber. Yeah, you're working. Try out different fields, see what you like. Absolutely. That way you know what to major in. Don't get a worthless degree. Dave often uses the example of what was it? Underwater basket weaving. So, what is another one? A famous call to the Ramsey show was a young man that, again, $100,000 at a private music school to play the tuba. Now, that's great that he loves the tuba. It's great that he loves music. Unless you are, even if you are playing in like some of the world famous orchestras, to make it worth $100,000 that you got to pay back in debt, which almost certainly is the way that most people tend to go, which of course is not advised. That's rough there. So make sure you're gonna get a degree, and if you can pay cash for it, and it doesn't matter if you make money to live on afterwards. If you got money from another source, go do what you want. But if you're gonna have to pay for your life, you need to act with that in mind. Let's see. Use proper grammar and punctuation whenever you're writing. Absolutely. Keep working, keep saving. Yeah. If you go to college, try to avoid taking out student loan debt. Like my pal Yoda would say, though, do or do not. There is no try. Yeah, if you're going to follow Dave Ramsey, the first step, which I call baby step 0, is you make the conscious decision that loans, credit cards, student loans, any type of thing like that is off the table. So you find other options. And so, yeah, cheap community college, go down. Most important personal finance quality is being frugal. Absolutely. While I'm saying, pile up that money, and like I said, you can buy Christmas presents with it, that kind of thing. But don't spend it on, especially if you're living at home, don't spend it on pizza. Eat whatever your parents will give you for free, and keep that money. You will be glad later on. Biggest thing, to graduate debt free, get scholarships, apply for grants, not loans. Absolutely. Work and save tuition and cash flow your education. Absolutely. So that's about the deal on that. Yep, don't invest yet. Save up and work cash-based school. It is possible. Just finished my grad work with 0 loans. Now, that being said, he's invested at age 16. I don't think, maybe that is an ESA or a 529 account, which, don't take it out, just let it grow. If it's not in a retirement account at all, yeah, you can leave it since it's already in there. It's such a low amount, but it wouldn't be in a retirement account. I think you got to be 18 to open those. So, and I don't think you can I don't think your parent can open a retirement account for you either. I don't think so. Pardon my knowledge for not knowing that specifically. But yeah. All right, well, we spent a little bit too much time on that, more time than I would want. I want to get through a lot more things. Let's see, how long have we been going? 24 minutes, yeah. I'll spend about 10 minutes on my introduction stuff, And this is a promoted, this is an ad. And all right, building credit, well, did it. I'll just read this part and not the other thing. Hey everyone, I have a credit card I owe $280 on and a personal loan I owe $14K on. Okay, I love this because I had a client recently that had stuff like this. A credit card is only $280. $280. And they made $30,000 a year. So if you need to buy something for $280, just save it up. That way the credit card company doesn't need to be involved. So I mean that's that's ridiculous. So especially for something that has, if it has multiple 15% interest or more, that's crazy. Now the personal loan, $14K. It doesn't. I don't know if they should. They said they would. I mean, what they took it out for. Okay, my question is, should I pay this credit card off and cut it up? Yes, immediately, today, and then use my on-time payments of the $14K loan to keep/get my credit score high. Don't plan on borrowing money again for anything but a first home, and don't charge phone bill to the credit card for score impacts. Okay, yeah. So with Ramsey, if you're gonna follow Ramsey, you don't care about your credit score. You can get a house with manual underwriting, so you don't need it for that. You don't need it for anything unless you're going to borrow money. So if you're not going to borrow money again except a house, then you don't need it at all. And let me just check something to make sure we are going. Looks like we're dropping some frames. I don't know if we're having an internet issue here or what. I reset my cable modem and it seemed to be fine after I had the original problems. Alright. Apologies for that. Just want to make sure we're running. It looks like we're going. Health benefits. The person is in baby step 2. I think maybe this person just didn't fill it out or left it blank or something like that. But you see it puts a little baby step 2 flag in there if they say they're in baby step 2 when they post it. Okay. We're in baby step 2 and our newlyweds. We're trying to figure out if it's best to hop on my health insurance plan as a couple or continue to pay separately. Okay, based off of this year, paying $175, contribute $100 to HSA, and company will contribute $750 to HSA at the beginning of the year. She opts in. He opts in. One of them. My deductible is $1,750 as an individual. My husband pays around $200 for very minimal health care insurance with a super high deductible. Now, it may seem like a no-brainer to add him, but my deductible and minimum contribution will increase $3,500 based on this year for 2 covered individuals, and another $175 a month for the premium plus $150 minimum HSA. Yeah, almost always you're going to get a break on a double coverage. My chair, went down. Okay. So yeah, normally you'd get a break there on that. On one plan for 2 people. So just check both ways and see what's best on that. All right, opinions. I got those. Okay, hello everyone. We're close on paying off the house, hopefully by April or May. Is it smart to pay off the house even though we are staying here for 2 more years? Okay, yeah, absolutely. It's smart to pay off the house. When you sell it, you will get that money back. Also, something could happen where you don't move in 2 years and that you do stay there. And so if you stay there, you got to pay off house as long as you stay there. So that's the reasoning on that. Oh, daily non-baby steps, Dave and Company discussion thread. Okay, this is the place to discuss things Dave Ramsey related that don't revolve around the baby steps and stuff. Keep it civil and be respectful to each other. Okay, this was the one there, and we don't need to click on that. Oh, I don't think there's any today. Anyway, alrighty, debt-free this person is. Dave Ramsey says, pay off your mortgage, citing a study claiming a common trait of millionaires is owning a home free and clear. But the states with the highest percentage of mortgage-free homes are West Virginia and Mississippi. Fewest millionaires per capita, West Virginia and Mississippi. All right, well, let's see if it has anything else. Oh, no, that's it. Okay, so he just wants to... There's also that's only one of the reasons, is that it's a common trait of millionaires, because then you free up that mortgage payment to invest and give. That would be another reason. Another reason would be risk. Dave always says there are 0 foreclosures on paid off houses. So it's got to be, in order to have a foreclosure, you got to have a home with a mortgage. So that would be another reason. So he's leaving out that, or she. Home HVAC system beyond repair. I got the news along with the estimate. It didn't even faze me. This stuff works, guys. 3 to 6 months. Okay, this is more like a success story, and those are on here too. That's great. All right. Official Sock, what's up? Thanks for dropping by there. I appreciate it. In case you missed it, you got to get the karma up, my guy. Yeah, I just joined recently on this username. Yeah, I will. Boosted, what up, Boosted? He says they can steal your home if you fail to pay land tax. So just being paid off doesn't promise your house is safe. Well, sure. And there's also like homeowners associations also can get involved and get like some kind of lien on it as well. So there's always the outlying situations. But in general, you got to have a mortgage on it that's in default to have it be foreclosed on. So, but anyway, and that's what Dave always says that, and so that's why I mentioned it as well. All right, so this person anyway, he's got 3 to 6 months of expenses in the bank and ready to rock. At one point in his life, news like this would have really done a number on him. Now his house has a new roof thanks to a freak hailstorm and good insurance. New replacement windows I found at the Home Depot for, I know it's Home Depot, for $25 on clearance. How about that? That's cool. That's quite a sale on those. I work at Menards, and windows ain't cheap. All right, so that's cool. What would Dave do? How many years of term life insurance should I get? We're a married couple in our 30s. 30 year. Basically, you want to have it until you're self-insured. So do 30 year. Currently make 87 combined before tax. Canadian, so it's in Canadian dollars. Gotcha. So following total mini makeover, and we'll be debt free by January. Excellent. Dave Ramsey says to only get 20 years of life insurance. I thought it was 30. I won't swear to it now that they say that, but I thought it was 30-year term life is what he normally says. So I would check on that to make sure that that's not right. If he says 20, I'm sure he has reasons for it. And if anything, if you want to know his reasoning and you don't like on anything, especially stuff I say, if you don't want to take my word for it, if you want to hear it right out of his mouth, you can put in whatever issue you're having and type on YouTube, do a YouTube search for Dave Ramsey, and then type in whatever issue you're having, all in the same line, and hit search, and more often than not, there'll be a video of him talking about that particular issue, especially insurance. I know there's tons of those. All Alrighty. To Debt Do Us Part is a new favorite show. It's like Dave Ramsey coming to real life couples. Okay. I don't know that show, but as Dave says in FPU, his advice is really marriage counseling in disguise. I don't know. I don't remember him saying that, but it can definitely help. It helps you get on the same page. You get on the same page about money. You're more apt to get on the same page about everything else. And you fix the money stuff in marriages. You fix the money problems, then that's one less thing, and that certainly makes it easier. All right. What YouTube rant did he give? Your son works for a payday lender. Take him out in the back of the shed and whip him. Again, I don't know that Dave Ramsey said that. He may have been ranting. If he was ranting, who knows though. All right. This person followed Ken Coleman's guides and landed his dream job. All right. There's a bunch of success stories in here. So if you need motivation, sorta, I mean, this will you can always check this out. This subreddit here. Baby step 4 person. My truck is worth about $30K and I want to sell it private party. Private party is maybe not 100% of the time, but I'd say 99% of the time, that's how you're going to get the most money out of it. How the heck do I safely have a stranger give me $30,000 without getting scammed? I don't really want someone to bring me $30,000 in cash. This just seems dangerous to be walking around with that. You can have them get a cashier's check from the bank. Or you could have them take it to your bank, right? You and he or she can go to the bank at the same time and do that. But yeah, you can get the person that's buying it can get a cashier's check from a bank. Yeah, someone could bring a certified check, but they could have the bank make the check and then cancel the check on the way to the meetup. Alright. Ask for a wire transfer, but then they have a banking information, and that worries me. Alright, well, if you want to make sure, I'm bringing $30,000 cash, and you go with them to your bank, and you can deposit it right there, and then you'll 100% know. That's probably only way to make 100% certain that happens. Alright, does anyone know why Dave Ramsey YouTube channel and the Ramsey Network is deleting old episodes? I did not know they were doing that. So I don't know that it's true. The only thing to think of is maybe the episodes when Chris was still on there, Chris Hogan. Maybe. If it's even happening. Like I said, I don't know that that's happening. Moronic Monday. Oh, okay. This thread is for questions that are either just too downright silly or too small to warrant their own thread. Okay, but nobody commented there. So, do you consider your HSA as part of your fully funded emergency fund? I wouldn't, because the fully funded emergency fund is money you can grab right there. You don't have to transfer it or anything. Money advice. Second semester freshman in college. Almost enough money saved up to pay for the next year and a half of school. Roughly $20,000. That money is currently in savings. Also have a little bit of money in other places. Question is, besides just saying save more money, what should be next for me? Have a Roth IRA as well. Okay, stop investing and pile up cash until you get out of college debt free. So that's the deal on that. As far as your Roth IRA, don't take the money out. You can't take it out without penalty and taxes. So just leave that in there and let it grow. That's fine. What's done is done. But as far as that, don't contribute anymore until you are out of college and debt free for all the reasons I said earlier. Feel like piling on so you get through school debt free. Absolutely, absolutely. Okay, live on budget. If your school is handled, you could start some investing, but your priority is to finish school. Is this person's advice? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I would just save it up. That way you have it, and then you get out of school, you get your job, you start your job, and then you can apply it to whatever baby step you're on there, or you maybe want to use it as the basis for a down payment, etc., etc. Live frugally, absolutely. So basically all the stuff that we talked about before. Boosted said, or your bank can draft, yeah, for the buying a car. All right, confused about 401k and Roth. I've searched, but I can't get this figured out. Can you nice people explain it to me? I'm under 50, max 401. Max 401k contribution per person for 2021. 19,500. This does not include employer match. That's correct. Max Roth is 6k per person for under 50. That's correct. Employee offers. We're going to need this whole thing. My employer offers a 401k and a Roth, but I only use the 401k and have set up my own Roth outside my employer. Okay. I think what they mean is the employer offers a 401k and a Roth 401k. They have the Roth 401k option, and in this case, if that's the case, the Roth 401k is going to be your best to maximize. Let's see. For me individually, does I put in the contribute to the max 1950? It does not. If you have a individual Roth IRA, the contributions to that do not count to your 19,500 for the 401k. Wife also has the limit. Can you put the? No, it's 19,500 for each account, and you can't combine them at one job. Right. Okay. It's really crappy. The government gets to tell you how you can save. If I want to save all my money and not pay them taxes, I should have that option. Well, yeah. So, but that's not the case. But at least they give you these options where you have the you have in the 401k, you have that goes in pre-tax. If you do a Roth, that's no tax on the growth. So, I mean, that's something at least. All right, what time we got? I'll probably do an hour, so I've got about 17 more minutes. But so that would be it. I mean, the only other thing I could think that would be going on as far as the employer offers a 401k and a Roth. I mean, it could be that maybe they use an investment firm to handle it, and that investment firm can also set up your individual Roth. Maybe that's what it is instead of. But if the employer is actually offering it, it wouldn't be a Roth. It would be a Roth 401k. Baby step 4 question. A question about baby step 4. Baby step 4 is invest 15% of household income. That would be gross household income. You use gross to figure out investing percentage, and you use net income to figure out maximum housing, which is 25%. Talking before I read the question, trying to read the question at the same time, not working very well. Invest 15% of household income in retirement. The question is, where is and what proportions of this 15% put exactly? Is it all in the mutual funds or split evenly between mutual fund, 401k, and IRA? Alrighty. This kind of question happens a lot. Okay, a 401k is an investment account type, and it is an account type that is offered by your employer. It has to be offered by your employer. Now you have your IRA and the Roth IRA. Those are individual retirement accounts, and you set those up yourself or with the help of an investing professional. And again, that is a account type. Neither of those are the investments that are in the account. Mutual funds are one of the investing things that you can do in these accounts, and that's the one that Dave Ramsey recommends. He does not recommend single stocks. Mutual funds are a bunch of different single stocks, and so. But you can invest in single stocks. So split evenly between mutual fund, 401k, and IRA. So you would do your based on the limits for. So you're looking at a 401k and say like a Roth IRA. You would have those two accounts. You can have both of those. 401k is $19,500, as we just discussed. That's the yearly contribution you can make to that. The Roth IRA is $6,000 if you're under 50. And so the order that it goes in is a Roth IRA, a Roth 401k is best. Let's see. He didn't say anything about match, but okay. So match is going to be first. So if there is making up a 3% match, I've seen people where they would have like a higher match, like they would put in something like 5%, and the company would put in 10%, which is crazy, a crazy good match. But anyway, any kind of match is free money. So. And that's basically 100% return on investment. So you definitely want to do that. So what you would do is first would be the whatever 401k or Roth 401k if there's a match. Now to make it more complicated, if they match, the match doesn't go into the Roth 401k, it goes into a regular 401k, but that's advanced studies. So anyway, what's first is match first, and then to the Roth IRA, and the reason that's better is because it's tax-free growth. The 401k is tax on the pre-tax. It comes out of your paycheck pre-tax, and so you don't pay any tax on that when it goes in. But you do pay taxes on it coming out. So where will we match? Then Roth, then traditional, which is the 401k. So you would go back to the 401k if you had more money to invest. If your 15% was so big that you did the match and you did the Roth for $6,000 if you're under 50 years old, and then if you still had more money to invest, then you would go back to the 401k and fill that up to the 19,500 mark. So, but yeah, get that questions all the time. People say, they say mutual funds and 401k, then IRA and the 401k are account types, just like you would open, just like your checking account. It's that type of account so that they know, what you can do with it. The government lets you do certain things within it, such as the Roth IRA. You pay tax on the contributions because it comes out of your paycheck, just like all the rest of your money. And then you invest, you contribute to the Roth IRA, and then it grows and you take it out when you hit retirement age, and you do not pay any taxes on that. Alrighty. But mutual funds and single stocks, and there's REITs, real estate investment trust, and which of course Dave doesn't recommend buying real estate with anybody, including that. But the only thing that he recommends for investing is mutual funds and real estate paid in cash in full. So, but yeah, that's things that can go into the retirement accounts. Is mutual funds one of those? 401k and IRA are investment account types. All right, what we got? Oh, 10 more minutes to go. Right, Investing 101. Any suggestions on what books I should read to learn more about investing? I have zero knowledge other than what I read from Total Money Makeover and not sure where to start. Want to learn more, so when I'm on baby step 4, 5, and 6, I'll be ready to go. Dave gives his advice, which is general advice. He's not going to tell you what mutual funds to get. He recommends an investment professional to assist you and guide you and teach you about the stock market and picking those. But as far as to learn about investment, everything you need to know is on the internet. But I mean, basically, what he tells you is anything that you invest in, you have to understand. And as far as mutual funds, has to have at least, at minimum, a 10-year track record. And you want that track record to average more than the S&P index does, so more than 10 to 12%. And so that's the basics of it. I'm sure there's plenty of investing books and so forth, but all that information is probably also online. Yeah, but as far as the Ramsey advice is that if you don't know, hire a professional to help you. You can always try to learn yourself. Oh, let's see what Boosted has to say now. What up, Boosted? I appreciate your support, sir. If the IRS starts tracking $600 transactions, should we start paying the extra insurance for audit protection through TurboTax? I have a feeling a lot of people will get flagged for legit stuff. That's an interesting question. George Camel did a fine print on something about I wouldn't trust TurboTax. I don't think. I do my own taxes. So let's see. Here's everybody's fun part where Steve Googles stuff. YouTube, let's find the fine print. I think he did one of his fine prints is TurboTax is screwing you. So if you use that Boosted, you might want to check that out. How TurboTax is screwing you. I have not watched this, so I don't know. The synopsis here is doing your taxes suck, but what makes it even worse is that trusted brands like TurboTax actually screw you with shady sales. So I don't know what all that's about. So I would look into that, but I wouldn't. Yeah, I mean, paying the extra insurance for audit protection, that screams to me buying extra warranty on a vacuum cleaner, that kind of thing. So I'm guessing my guess would be that Dave's advice would be no on that, and that's what without knowing more about it, that's what I would guess as well. And of course, the audit protection doesn't mean that they will keep you from getting audited. That means that they will have their lawyer help you with it. All right, baby step 1 question, $1,000 baby step 1. See lots of posts on here about how baby step 1 is too small. Get that all the time. That's like one of the top reasons that people have a problem with Dave Ramsey, or if they don't like the program at all, that's one of the top things that they say. Well, that's not okay. So baby step 1 is too small. I find that interesting as a 35-year-old male. Wife is 28 and daughter is 5. This will be, when we finish it, the first time we have ever had that much cash ever. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not that many people even had that much. And I'm sure some of the people that complain about that being too small of a starter emergency fund, I'm sure they didn't have $1,000 at any given time anyway. So if you don't even have that now, then you really can't bitch about it being too small. So that's the deal on that. Neither of us have ever been truly great with money. It's kind of funny. I'm great with writing a budget, spreadsheets, P&L statements, etc. I just never been able to stick to what I write down. Yeah, you gotta stick to what you write down. That's it. I read this pretty often and just wonder, why do people think it's too small? For the first time in my life, I have cash on hand. Maybe I'm just really terrible with money, but it never fails to amaze me that people think it's too small. Too long didn't read. The $1,000 is the most cash I have ever had on hand, probably because I am truly bad with money. Now, I'm sure that happens a lot. I didn't either until I started even when I was married. My wife and I combined didn't have like $1,000 extra in the bank, other than, you know, we would put it in the bank and then we would send it all to payments. So yeah. Yeah, I mean, what they're thinking is that they don't think of a $400 emergency. They think of something like a transmission going out, or like your whole HVAC going out in your house, that kind of thing. That's what they think about when they think of emergency. They don't think of the small ones. But yeah, and the other reason for it being just $1,000 is Dave Ramsey does not want you to be comfortable at all on baby step 1 or baby step 2. He wants you to fly through baby step 2 as fast as possible. You're supposed to be scared because you only have $1,000 cash as an emergency fund. You're supposed to be scared. So it's to motivate you into finishing baby step 2 much, much faster. And then you can have the 3 to 6 months of expenses. And if you think $1,000 is too small, then once you're on baby step 3, you are more than welcome to do 6 months. But as far as more than 6 months, that keeps you from starting to do the rest of the baby steps. You can always start saving more after you get to baby step 7, after you paid off your house. Boosted is correct. Thanks, Boosted, for throwing that in. I forgot all about that. He thinks they say that $1,000 is too small. It's not enough, because they have their emergency credit card, in quotes, emergency credit card, and that has $10,000 of credit on there, and so that's why. That's true too. That's very, very good, Boosted. Very good. Very good, sir. I'll have to let you know. I probably will start alternating tech support and Ramsey coach support, or whatever I call this. End up calling this. Probably will do them the same day each week. Maybe like a Monday night. I know this is Tuesday, but maybe like Monday night. Yeah, Monday night, like 9 o'clock maybe, and then just alternate from week to week as to which, if it's tech support or Dave Ramsey support. Alrighty. Used car buying. This one for Boosted probably could help with any of this. So my car is soon to be on its way out, as repairs will start to be too close to the value of the vehicle to justify keeping it too much longer. Also, what you want to do for any type of car repair is to get more than one estimate. A lot of people get one estimate and and then base their whole life on that one person's opinion. But anyway, will start to be too close to the value of the vehicle to justify keeping it too much longer. As much as I love following the baby steps, currently on 4, 5, and 6, I'm not the biggest fan of buying used cars, especially on a rather limited budget. My wife wants me to stay at 10K or less, even though we could do more. While it seems reasonable, I failed to find any cars in that price range that I would find remotely acceptable. Well, that's personal choice. And, I mean, if you're going to find a reason to go into debt for a new car or spend, an unreasonable amount for a new car that is going to plummet in value as soon as you drive it off the lot, the person's going to do that. So, and, we just would like you to follow the baby steps. If you don't do them, I mean, it's your money and it's your life, so you have to make these decisions and do that. And do, what you think. So, I mean, you get to decide what's acceptable to you. And you don't even find that a remotely acceptable. The idea is that you're doing that so that you can do steps 4, 5, and 6. So the more you would spend on a car, the less you can do on steps 4, 5, and 6. And so the longer time it's going to take you to get to step 7, in which you can do anything you want. Let's see, even going up to 12K is relatively incremental, meaning not a lot better. Has anyone had to do this recently that might offer some good tips or another perspective? I may just be doing it wrong. All right, let's see what other people have to say. Boosted, you got any thoughts on this? It's tough out there right now. I agree with other posters. If you can wait and save a bit more to get something newer, it might be money better spent. 17K versus 10K, but a much newer car versus an overpriced one. Old one at 10K and in current market. I also remembered I wanted to say about, okay, so if let's see what he said here. The repairs will start to be too close to the value of the car. If that's one repair, now if you can spend that much money and buy a better vehicle, you can do that, but only spend as much as the repairs are going to be, and buy a better used vehicle. So that's something you can do. If that's all the repairs it's ever had going to be too close to the value of the vehicle, then you're not worried about previous repairs. You're not including those in. It's just this situation you're in right now, and not future repairs either. You do it. You judge things by the situation you're in right now. Let's see, Boosted says, hop on Craigslist and find a 10K car fast. Like right now, you can find a good one. Look for a car with under 100K miles. Most cars will go 200K without significant repairs. Absolutely. I got a lovely white 2005 Suzuki Verona. Didn't even know they made cars, but I found that one. I'm trying to think if I found that. No, cars.com. Found that one on cars.com, not Craig's. And it had 80,000 miles on it. I had to get I had to do a $250. I had muffler work on it. So I bought it for $17.50. So for $19.50 total, got that, and that has run just fine since. That's been like coming up on 2 years, and no problems with it. This first person that replied, a few things that might help you get more for the money. Search farther outside the city, 100 to 150 miles out on cars.com, for example. If you live in a bigger city, you can find better deals further out, but be okay with driving there and also with walking and driving back if the car doesn't work. I had good luck having detailed conversations with the seller ahead of time, asking about the usual stuff. I did that as well. I asked about plenty of stuff. and I asked the owner to take it to my repair guy, my repair shop. It's a big shop, um, because they offer a free inspection of cars you want to buy, in hopes for then getting the job to fix it. So they do that for free. And so the owner of the car was nice enough to take it there. Had no problem with doing so, and he got himself a sold car because of that. Also, can you deal with a manual transmission? Ugly color, dings and dents in the body. Yeah, I mean, it comes down to it. The guy wants the new car for the perceived safety of it. Or, guys just like cars. Don't they, Boosted? Let's see, Boosted says, in recent years, all dealerships and service centers are required to log service to cars. You can buy a Carfax and see if the car has been in the shop a lot. Absolutely. That's good advice. Boosted, you're going to have to come on here and co-host with me and handle all the car stuff. If you can repair the car for a reasonable amount and keep it going for even another year, I think the car market will be in a better position. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if the repair you're making to the car, if that's the only thing wrong with the car and there's no reason to think that anything else is going wrong, I mean, you can have the shop give it an inspection as well to see if there's anything else that is going bad with it. Because certainly you don't want to pay for one repair and find out the transmission was going out. So you can do that, definitely. But what you don't want to do is be in a situation where you're looking for an excuse to get a new car, where you're making excuses to try to get a new car, because you do not need one. You can get to and fro without having a new car, and so that's it. And that's going to be Dave. Fairly certain that would be the same thing that Dave would say. All right. You can buy a used Crown Victoria police car for about $5,000 to $8,000, depending on mileage and condition. Has cop tires, cop shocks, cop motor. All right. Let me preface by saying a number of Dave's techniques have worked well for me, but I would be very much classified as far beyond even Davish. Yeah, I think his principles are somewhat outdated and simple, but perfect for those who need that discipline. All right. Well, this comes from a lot of people that say it's, he's a country hick and it's so outdated and simple and it's great for people just trying to get out of debt, but for living your life beyond that, it's not that good. And so, it's perfect for those who need discipline. Well, even people that don't need the discipline can follow his advice exactly and be very successful. So, I'm a CPA and like to believe I have a good grasp on my finances and practicality in my own situation. And that's another thing. People love to be individuals and they love to be, their own thing, and they love to be in charge of their own thing, and they love to say what single stocks they're in or index funds they're in. They love to say all that stuff. It's the individuality is the age we're living in. So, I get it. I get all that, but that's, it's pretty much bull, in my opinion anyway. Agree, definite situation between 10 to 12 versus 15 to 17K. I think we can do that. Oh, my car will probably last another year, maybe longer, but isn't long. If it needs a third engine, whoa, yeah, third engine's maybe not worth it. Is that that is the OP. OP means original poster, as you can see right there. So black and gold for life. Who is the black and gold? That's not it's not the Raiders. That's black and silver. Who's black and gold? I'm blanking right now. It's not one of my favorite teams, that's for sure. But I'm forgetting who that is. So, So my car will probably last another year, maybe longer. Well, then you shouldn't be doing anything to it. I mean, if you think it, I mean, is that repair cosmetic or what? He didn't say what repair that was that it needed. He did say it did need, right? Not that that it may need. Soon to be on its way out as repairs will start to be too close. Oh yeah, it's not even an issue with the car right now. So he just wants a new car. There's nothing wrong with the car now. So again, you can take it to be inspected, and and see if there's any problems. So Pittsburgh is black and gold. That's right, Boosted. Thank you so much. He was just thinking about doing a collab stream with you for tech support. That might be fun. Yeah, absolutely, Boosted. Pittsburgh. That's right. Pittsburgh Steelers is black and gold. Alrighty. And Pittsburgh Steelers were undefeated when my team, the Washington football team, kind of showed everybody how to beat them. Which was to load the box and stop the run and make Ben Roethlisberger beat you passing, which they did not do in that game. And then they went, I don't even think they went 500. I don't even think they played 500 ball after that. Because the Washington football team laid the blueprint for how to beat them. And I wish their defense was going as well this year. That's not. Alright, so I think we did get on there. Oh, wow. Hour 11 minutes. Alright, let's get one more. See if we can get one more. Should I sell all of my crypto to pay off my car loan? Dave Ramsey would say yes, because he doesn't believe in crypto. It is illegal in China. It doesn't have your wide acceptance. I mean, it's getting more acceptance, certainly. But there's plenty of negatives in that. And so Dave Ramsey is not doing that. And this is the Dave Ramsey page. And I'm a Ramsey trained coach. And so that's what I'm going off of to give advice on that. But so, yeah, I mean, definitely sell it whether you're paying off the car loan or not. Save it and do whatever. But if you're in baby step 2, if you have a car loan, then that would be the thing you apply it to. If you haven't even started the baby steps, then you would keep $1,000 of that and then put the rest on your car loan to start baby step 3 ASAP. Okay, so maybe that's your only loan. So the answer would be yes. However, I think the market will go 2 to 3 times in the next 3 months. You think, you don't know. That's why he sold some and kept some to avoid regrets. Yeah, I mean, you don't know. People that, I mean, granted, I understand. People that got into crypto early, they have made a fortune. But as far as the acceptance, it's not there. Success Saturday. This is another thread where you can post in comments. People can post individual stuff. So the auto moderator posts these type of threads, like this one, the non-baby steps Dave and Company discussion thread. Success Saturday is one of them. So they made this loan app called Dave app. Well, I mean, Dave can't stop them from using the Dave name. If it says Dave, let's see, the Dave app. Yeah, I mean, he can't stop them from using that name. So what he would think about it, I'm sure he doesn't like it, but he can't stop him from using the first name Dave in it. Now, if they said the Dave Ramsey app, then that would be a problem. Ran about store credit cards. Work wants everyone to sign contracts. Would you sign a 5-year contract with your job if it meant a $25 an hour pay increase? Probably yes. I could do a 3-year contract for about $15, unless you currently work as a nurse. Okay, so that's different. So I could quit today and have a job tomorrow. That's different because you could easily change jobs, and maybe even by changing jobs, you get that $15 or $25 extra an hour. And maybe somewhere even that gives like more, that has more opportunity for overtime and so forth. But like in a regular job that isn't like nursing in that regards, probably yeah, especially if you think you're going to stay working there anyway. So Boosted says sell the crypto while it's up for sure. Get rid of the interest you are losing on the debt. Absolutely. Absolutely. Debt-free minus the house and fully funded emergency fund. Awesome. This is, just people post, like I said, their success stories, and that's awesome. Name being added to title, question, and advice. Should be advice with a C there. Hey guys, my father-in-law wants to add my wife and I, his daughter, to the house title. We live with him right now. The loan is $300K for 30 years. He's refinanced a few times. You do not put your name on the title. You do not want to be involved in that. I know you're not on the loan, but you do not want to be involved in that. Same way you do not, even family, you do not buy, except your spouse, you do not buy a house, you do not buy real estate with anybody, including family, especially family. He's an older man, so his reason for doing so is when he passes, it would make it easier for us to continue to live at the house and continue to purchase it. Now, if he wants you to live in the house, he can just will the equity to you, or will it to you, and then you work out, the payments with the bank. You work out changing the loan information. He wanted to add us to the loan as well, but our credit was low, so it would have costed a little more. Would have cost a little more than what he thought. So yeah, none of that is a good idea. Yeah, this is pretty fun. I like this. A good idea for a stream that I had. Option for supplemental insurance through employer. I want to look into long-term disability insurance. What should I look for with the supplemental insurance? Depending on your age, if you're real young, you don't get long-term disability insurance. I forget off the top of my head what age Dave says for that. Apologies. You can look it up and find out. I would do that, except I'm getting ready to end the stream. After being in debt over 20 years, finally paid it off. Excellent. Worst point was about 12 years ago when we were at $77K in credit card balance, $130K mortgage, and maybe $150 to $200K student loan. Back then, I had one income of $80K. Awesome. 3 to 4 times higher on 2 incomes, but we started digging over that debt way before our income skyrocketed, using frugility and making tough choices. Excellent. Who's this? Ben Graham Butler. Good job, sir. As I often say on the Ramsey Show chat, excellent. I want to check into state now. I'm now debt free. Next up, continue building savings and wealth. Absolutely. Panaman Creole. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Alrighty, emergency fund. Alright, this will be the last one. And then I'll give my little plugs again and we'll be out of here. After the amount of money printing that's been going on the last 20 years, especially the last 2 years, would it be wise to increase the size of the emergency fund? Go back to where, just run it back to we said before. Boosted was in debt from age 20 until 3 years ago for 19 years. Yep, and I'm trying to remember what age. It all runs together now. My ex-wife and I were mid-30s, late 30s when we got out of debt. I can't remember, but we paid off $72,000 in 3 years. Since everything's becoming increasingly more expensive and price increasing isn't ever going to stop, just not continuing at this rapid rate, this will be leaving individual. Yeah, okay. So, like I said, go back to the. It's not supposed to you're not supposed to get anywhere near comfortable with the $1,000 emergency fund. And I assume that was baby step 1. That's what they're talking about, not the fully funded emergency one. Step 1. All right, I could talk forever about Ramsey stuff, obviously. But I do have to wake up at 4 a.m. Coach Steve Money channel. At the top of the chat again are the links for the donation link right there, paypal.me/Coach Steve Money, to schedule a free financial coach consultation / assessment. You can just go to ramseycoach.com/Coach Steve Money. And if you have any questions about anything I say or do or anything on my channel, you can email me at coachstevemoney@gmail.com. Boosted says, see you tomorrow. Nice, Steve. Good night, sir. Good night, sir. Thank you for joining me for this. I guess all of our other friends are asleep by now or busy with family or whatever. So I also didn't say for sure I was going to do this tonight, so that's my fault. I need to start doing that. That's why I want to get on the schedule so I can say, there will be a stream of, one or the other. There will definitely be a stream at this time, this particular day. And I need to put it on the, what's that thing called? The Instagram. Coach Steve Money, no spaces for Instagram and Twitter. I think the Instagram is bigger. I think I only have 2 followers on the Twitter, which that's fine. The Instagram seems to be the way to go. What other kind of plugs did I want to do? No, I think that's it. coachstevemoney@gmail.com if you have any questions about anything. Let's see. And, of course, weekdays at approximately 6 p.m. Eastern Time, whenever the Ramsey Show video is over. That's when the Ramsey Show After Show will start. I've done 122 of them now. I definitely started before I was ready. I don't know if I'm still ready, but the YouTube advice is to start before you're ready. So I thought I'm going to do it. So there's that one. Video gaming was tomorrow, Wednesday. If Bella or Justin cannot play these games with me, maybe tomorrow I'll play some Lost in Random and do the second episode of that full playthrough. And because I can stay up later tomorrow night, because I do not work on Thursday at the Menards. There will be a separate playlist for this show, I think. Yeah, I'll save financial for just Ramsey Show and other miscellaneous financial things. Yeah, there's 2 other, I don't know why they're not showing up. There's 2 other playlists I have. It is, more than that. Football or the Washington football team, just if I want to talk about anything like that. Board gaming with Stephen Glenn. Stephen Glenn is my friend and a award-winning board game designer. And we haven't done a show in a while, a stream in a while. I keep calling everything a show. I haven't done a stream in a while. But hopefully we'll be able to get another one in soon. I have the miscellaneous playlist as well, and that's where all the pre-show chats go into. I have the computer one you think you saw. Yeah, and that's all of them. But yeah, the miscellaneous one and the board gaming one were missing from this homepage. So I appreciate you. If you'd like to show appreciation to me, if you're enjoying the stuff I do, if you could please subscribe and like and hit the notification bell. That way you'll be notified whenever I go live or post a new video. I think it'll alert you to that as well. Occasionally I will do a pre-recorded video, but I don't like to do that because I don't like editing. So it's better if you just do it live. All right. So, yep, that's it for tonight. Thank you for a successful first show of Ramsey Coach support, or just Ramsey Coach. If you have a better name for this, definitely let me know. And I definitely will consider it. I appreciate it. And I end most of my streams by saying the following: make smart financial decisions every day. Good night, guys.